Welcome to the show. This week, last night. Tonight, I'm gonna solve the gun issue once and for all. Doesn't matter if you pro guns or anti-guns, the solution is no background check and more guns. Give me 6 minutes, and if you're not convinced, I will shave off my head and let you shoot me in the face. Hopefully my dumbass figure out how the chapter works. If not, I'm gonna put a timestamp somewhere over here. We start the show tonight with something that's near and dear to my heart. My lungs. And also anti-Asian hate. You know who's the real winner in the Black Lives Matter and Asian hate movement? The Chinese factory that's making all these t-shirts. Look, you can buy whatever you want and support whoever you want to support. But when do we turn the phrase, where are you really from, into the N-word? We don't want other people to say it, but Asians say it to each other all the time. You know why? Because we can't tell each other apart either. And it's hard for us to discriminate against each other without knowing. When I hear people asking me, where are you really from? Racism isn't the first thing that comes to mind. If anything, I think they're just asking out of curiosity. Or they're afraid to get it wrong. It's like if they tell someone you're Japanese but you're actually Chinese, that would seem a lot more offensive to me than asking you where you're really from. Here's a basketball reference. Basketball player gets traded all the time. If a reporter who doesn't usually cover basketball does an interview of LeBron James and they go, my guess is LeBron James from the Miami Raptors. And LeBron comes out saying, no, I'm playing for LA now. And the reporter says, damn, they traded you to the Clippers? Assuming someone is playing for the Clippers is a lot more disrespectful than just asking what team are you playing for. Anyways, this is how you say the N-word without sounding racist. First, you got to take a deep breath and really roll your R, like this. To me, everything can be good and bad, including racism. The most important thing to keep in mind is to make sure it's coming from a place of love. If it's done right, it highlights each other's race and culture and not hate. Me and my friend make fun of each other all the time. One of them said to me the other day, Sonny, as cheap of a tipper as you and your people are, I cannot believe you guys have the guts to leave your shoes outside. If I was your Uber Eats driver, I would take your fucking easy that you leave outside the door. I would then respond with, joke's on you, because the easy is fake and the app doesn't show them if I tip or not until the delivery is made. And later on, they're not gonna see it anyways, because how can you see something that doesn't exist? You will know that if your mom loves you enough to not put you in public school. And then they will respond with, we met in public school. That joke is funny because I don't have any friends, I'm just talking to myself. Look, I have been called anti-Asian slur before and I definitely make fun of other races. I don't see myself as racist, I see myself as American. And a little bit of racism goes a long way to highlight who we are. God damn, I sound like the Asian Candace Owen. Moving on, our main story tonight concerns gun control. I am strongly against gun control because I believe people should do whatever they want, whenever they want, as long as they're not hurting other people. It's the not hurting other people part that we're having a hard time with. But we shouldn't let what could happen scare us into giving up our freedom. Just in case people who doesn't know, this is what freedom looks like. And if you want to know what freedom tastes like, you can watch my other video. Because gun control is easy. If you really want gun control, you can get that done in one day. Tomorrow, just have all the black people get a gun. If not a gun license. The idea of all black people having guns will have the NRA go, wait. Any black person could get a gun? That seems a little bit crazy. We need to get goddamn gun control ASAP. Look, 38,000 people die from car accidents every year. Why is no one calling for a car ban? 24,000 out of 39,000, which is 60% of the gun deaths every year, are suicide. If the majority of the gun deaths are people who's buying guns to kill themselves, we shouldn't have a gun ban, we should have a suicide ban. There are 98,000 rape cases a year. That means there's 8 times as many rape as there are gun homicide. Let me say that again. There are 8 times more rape per dick than death per gun. Why is no one calling for a dick ban? I'll tell you why, because our government are run by a bunch of rapists. I guarantee you, if you ban dick, it will solve all the problems. And 600,000 people die from cancer every year. You don't see the doctor at the hospital calling for a cancer ban. You know why? Because the doctor are pro-cancer. Because if there's no cancer, there's no chest compression. And if there's no chest compression, there's no jobs.
Chest compressions, chest compressions, chest compressions.
Hashtag Dr. Mike is pro-cancer. It's like a firefighter saying he loves burning buildings, or a police officer saying that they love shooting black. Banning all guns is not the solution. People will just move on to the next best thing to kill people. And if you keep banning shit, before you know it, I can't even get a fucking fork at the restaurant. Look, if you want to ban something, ban dildos. You're anti-gun, I'm anti-dildos. Cause too many people are buying dildos and not enough people are fucking ugly, guys. If you ask me, that's the real pandemic. Of course, I'm talking about my friend. Here's an unpopular opinion. Guns are not the problem. People are the problem. Look, I'm not defending mass shooters. The only acceptable number of mass shooting is 0. But people have been killing other people long before guns. Guns are just the most cost-effective way of killing people at this moment. If I want to choose a weapon to kill the most amount of people in a crowd, I would choose a Tesla. Anyone who knows science knows Einstein's famous theory of relativity. Mass times acceleration equals to kaboom. The Tesla is not only fast, it could help me take people from Earth to Jesus in less than 2 seconds. You know why people doesn't kill other people with Teslas? Because it costs $135,000. And background check is also not the solution. You know why there's so many loopholes in background check? The problem is the government. No one wants the government's background check. It's slow, outdated, ineffective, completely useless, and has more loopholes than my ex-girlfriend's diet. Everyone who's watching this video right now knows someone who shouldn't have guns, and I could think of a handful of people myself. Here's my solution. It's not gun control, it's not gun reform, it's not violence prevention act, it's not assault rifle ban. My simple 2-step solution is called the Big PP verification. And of course, PP stands for private pistol. Listen, we don't need governments for background check. We need Chase Bank. If you want to buy a handgun, you need to verify that you have $10,000 in your bank account. $50,000 for an assault rifle, $200,000 for a semi-automatic, $1 million for a full automatic, and $2 million for a bazooka. We're not taking a penny from you. We just want to make sure you have something to live for. If you're saying having $50,000 in your bank account is a ridiculous thing to ask, I say, as a citizen of the greatest country in the world, not having $50,000 in your bank account is un-American. Look, buddy, you don't need an AK-47 just like I don't need to fuck Kylie Jenner in a Toyota. What you could afford is this handgun, just like what I could afford is a sad $5 hand job in my Tesla. Because a happy hand job costs $2 extra. What's the difference? That you gotta ask your mother. You think Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates are going to rob a bank anytime soon? Of course not. They own the bank. It will interrupt people walking in the bank and giving them the money. But if Jeff Bezos lost all his money to his side chick and he goes straight to Walmart, I don't even need to say he's gonna buy a gun. You already know he's about to have a really bad day. If you fall on hard times, we'll send the SWAT team to get all the bullets you own from you. You can keep your guns, we just wanna take your bullets just so they can hold on to it until you have the funds again. We don't want anyone to fall on hard times and have a really bad day. You cannot be spending $380 on a handgun when you only have $390 in your bank account and claiming it's for self-protection. Because it doesn't look like you have much to protect. And if you're not happy about that and still saying that you want to protect, then go join the army. Our country needs your protection. The second thing I want to address is mental illness. We also don't need the government on this one either. We don't even need doctors. What we need is to make sure you got laid in the last 6 months. So please get on the phone and call a girl you slept with recently. As Confucius once said, a man who's busting nuts by himself will soon shoot at someone else. Everyone has a registration on a car and not a single person is saying the government wants to take away their cars. I can already hear people typing in the comments saying, you know people can make their own guns, right? You can make your own guns, but you can't make your own bullet. Here's a loophole, you ready? If you can make a bullet in your house, call the police. We'll come and verify and check it out to make sure it's legit. Give us the name and the address of the person you want to kill and we'll send a professional to do it. Let's be honest, if someone hates you enough to invent fucking guns and bullets, you're as good as dead. He's gonna kill you one way or another. We might as well not waste the talent and put him to work in the State Department. And now, this.
Police say a woman in Brooklyn was robbed by a man she met on a dating website. The NYPD released surveillance video of the suspect that they're looking for. Police say the 23-year-old victim had arranged for the man to come to her apartment last month in Bed-Stuy. And when the suspect got there, he allegedly stole $200 from her and then pushed her to the ground.
Come on. How did this guy get a match on Tinder when I haven't got a single match on Tinder in the past 6 years? I shit you not, this is my real Tinder bio. And this is my real inbox. If I get a match, not only will I not take $200 from you, I will literally pay you $200. Wait, that's prostitution. Guess I have to move to Best Buy to get a match. That's where my friend Lewis lives. Every time I complain to my friend about not getting a match, they always say, don't worry Sonny, there's plenty of fish in the sea. And I'm like, yeah, I have a better fucking chance jumping in the ocean and fucking a dolphin at this point. Speaking of statistics, here's the graph and statistics that the media likes to show about mass shooting. They say that US has 6 to 8 times as many mass shooting as homicide by guns, more than any other country. But if you really look at the overall homicide, we barely make it into the top 100. Of course we have the most gun deaths, we have the most guns. They also don't show you this chart where 60% of the gun deaths are suicide. Or this chart that shows you that California has much lower suicide rate by gun at 3.4% compared to Pennsylvania at 10%. Don't worry about Californians. If you look at this other chart, you can see here that there are just as many Californians killing themselves, just not with guns. 2019 has the most mass shooting, not really what you see on the news. For better or for worse, the media doesn't like to cover gang shootings. Most of the mass shooting, especially the one that happens in school, are white. I'm sure there are other race of kids who want to shoot up the school too, but they know they're not going to be successful. Let me give you another basketball reference. It doesn't matter if you're playing basketball with your friends or not, you don't get on the basketball court when you know you're just going to embarrass yourself and not getting any shots in. As soon as they see a black kid wearing a big book bag in school, all the nervous teacher will come up to you and be like, "Are you okay, Brian? Why the big book bag? We know you don't read." And Brian will respond with, "It's okay, Miss Karen. I just started baseball practice." Okay, carry on. If you're anything but white, as soon as you step into the door of a school with a gun, there will be so many bullets raining down on you out of nowhere, it will make everyone around you instantly believe in God before you can even get your guns out. And you hear this on the radio. "We got him over." Great, we know he was up to no good. Good thing we were monitoring him since birth. Over. You know something? I was always afraid Biden was too passive of a president. Good thing I was wrong, because he was able to order bomb strikes in the Middle East less than 30 days into his presidency, before he could even get the stimulus package out. I'm glad he has his priorities straight. Bon voyage, Mr. President. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah. 50% of America owns guns. You might say, wait Sonny, Google says only 40% of America owns guns. But 50% sounds better. But it's not true. Don't worry my G, I got you. 50% of the American own guns, 10% of them owns guns illegally. I'm sure there will be more, but we just can't track it. We have 50% gun ownership and 120% freedom. We have so much freedom that we export them. But Taiwan only have a gun ownership of 4%. That's why Taiwan is only kind of free. If Taiwan is serious about their freedom, they gotta start buying more guns and get that shit up to 50% ASAP. Let me know if you guys want to stock up on freedom. My G Martin will be more than happy to sell you some freedom at $899 a pop. He will even throw in a gun just for reassurance. I'm rambling on for almost an hour. Hopefully I have enough footage for a 6-minute clip. This is the part where people ask you to subscribe. I'm not gonna do that because that's not how it works here. Do whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna make the same shit worth or without sub. And just so you know, I can only try to make you laugh, but I cannot make you happy. That's the show. Thanks for watching This Week Last Night. See you on the next one. Good night. Look, if you take my method and apply it to the most recent mass shooting, it will go something like this. Hi FBI, my son is broke and hasn't been laid in the past 6 months. I went on WebMD and I think he's diagnosed with a condition called being a loser. What do? I think I accidentally raised a school shooter. For the people who are mad, don't be. It's a joke, not a bullet. Don't take it so directly.